Hold up. What's that awesome piece? Hey guys, this is Nathan from Brick System Brothers. Today's HUWTAP, that's Hold Up, What's That Awesome Piece, number 2. And I'm doing number 4070 1x1 Headlight Brick. So that's this little piece that I have before you here. It's a pretty useful piece, that's why it's being featured. Got a couple more of them behind me here. One of the first things I want to show you is a nice little tessellation that you can make if you put these together at 90 degrees. You may recognize this. There's a similar formation that actually forms the Lego Expert logo that is made out of these. But if you just use 4 of these, you can actually make this kind of square tile repeating pattern, and closes all the way up thanks to those little feet on there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It can do that. But a little more about this piece from Bricklink here. This is produced from 1980 to the current year, 2019. And Bricklink says it's in 1,860 sets. So that's a lot. It's used pretty widely. All around, it's a pretty versatile piece. It's just kind of cut in from the total width of a 1x1, which allows you to do some interesting things with that. First off, I'll show you here that if you put on a simple plate, that it's about half the thickness of the plate when you put it on that single stud. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. So if you're building with the snot method, which is studs not on top, you can get this going kind of on an offset here, and you can do a lot of cool things with detailing when you do that. Then kind of a little comparison, there's another piece, 1x1, with a stud that is flat. So if you'll notice, those are different pieces. You can do different things with this piece, with the studs not on top method as well. But this one just allows you to get some of that offset on there, like I was saying. So let's take a look at that little ledge on there again. This is an interesting thickness. I think it's about half of a plate, which means it's about 1/6 of a brick in height or depth, or however you want to measure that. But if you take one of these little 1x1 cheese slopes here and stick it on, you'll notice that that actually almost goes to a point, as if it was designed to fit right inside that little divot. I'm not sure if it was, but that's I've used that a couple times on some builds to kind of bring this cheese slope down into a smooth transition, whereas otherwise, if you put it on a regular stud, it kind of has a little step up there, which you can pass off as okay, but sometimes you want a little more smooth transition on there. I've got a couple different colors. I've used this translucent orange one recently in a fireplace build. I stuck one of those LED lights back inside the square, which just so happens to fit quite snugly, very nice. And then I stuck this down on the inside of the fireplace, and that gave me a nice glowing effect when I turned that LED light on. You can even go ahead and stick flames in that hole if you would like, and it turns out really nice. These clear ones can be useful for displays, especially mini builds, if you get them up on that stand. And that kind of thing. To hang a lantern, I have used them for that next to a door, and you just can put one of those little, what are they called? Like a little spray nozzle on there, and then hang another light piece from that, and that makes a pretty nice lantern next to your doorway there. So overall, pretty nice piece to use when you're building. It fits pretty easily into the walls of a structure, MOC that you have, so you can, if you kind of build and forget to do it at first, you can put it back in, swap it out pretty easily, not a lot of rebuilding required. And then even if you get a couple of them lined up, I've done this before too, you line a couple of them up and then you put a 1x2 tile across there and use that as one of your wall sections instead of just a normal 1x2 brick, and that gives it a lot more depth, pretty interesting texture on there, as that 1x2 tile will then protrude out from the surface of the rest of your brick built surface. even if you put them on reverse and then put a plate across there, you'd get a little more texture revealed, but that's something else you could do with that. So overall, the 1x1 Headlight Brick is a very nice piece. I'd be sure to pick some up when I can find them. I got a couple when we went to Legoland from their Pick-a-Brick wall. Never know when I'm going to need those. Yeah, but I think that about wraps it up for HUWTAP number 2. See you guys.